final exams week, and that means two.
Clearly we're live, judging by the ad playing on the other machine with the Twitch window open. So this is going to be a quick video after well, I had some dramas on Saturday morning. I had some dramas on Saturday morning with the arrival of, well, they coincided with the arrival of this EasyCAP capture dongle. Here we go. There we go. So this thing arrived on Saturday morning, and it was to replace this one here. Now this one here I found in the cupboard when I was setting up Open Broadcaster, and I thought it would be a good idea to see if it would capture video from these old Atari computers so that I could mix them in with the video feed without having to grab a camera and move it around the room. And it worked pretty well, but it would only work with NTSC machines for some reason. It just would not sync with PAL. So I did a little bit of reading and had a look on eBay, and it seemed that these EasyCAP dongles, which is the thing is they're usually spelled easy, EZ, rather than as the proper word easy like this. So that I think there's several variants floating around, and if you, it's a bit of a gamble whether or not you're gonna actually receive something that works. So I paid about £4 for this one from some supplier in the UK. This was after I'd already accidentally ordered one from the Far East, but I got impatient and I decided to order one from the UK, and it arrived. And as soon as I plugged it into plugged into the PC and launched Open Broadcaster, the computer blue screened. And this turned out to be a problem with the Logitech camera drivers, which it took me 2.5 hours to figure out. So there was nothing wrong with this capture card. It was coincidental that when I plugged the capture dongle into the machine, Windows released some critical update which happened to come in at the same time, which knocked the webcams out. So I eventually got around that problem. So what I thought I would do here, just to show you what this thing looks like, because I know there's a lot of people in the 8-bit community who are using capture devices with PCs, because it's a space saver if you've only got a limited space. I mean, in here I haven't yet got space to have I've got 2 desks. I've got the room to have an Atari set up on this desk, but this is also the work area where I do all the soldering. So it's useful, and this is the broadcast PC as well, so it's useful to be able to capture the video without having to alter the source on the back of the monitor, if you see what I mean. So this is going to prove useful. So what I'm going to do, because this is the machine, the painted 800XE, which still hasn't gone back to the owner, because I'm going to test it just to make sure that the RAM works, etc. So I'll switch the machine on. I'm going to boot XRAM. There it is, booted. And as you can see, the picture is pretty nice. It looked a bit ropey at first because I think this S-video cable is a bit on the flaky side, but we're going to test the RAM anyway. I mean, the colour, this is a stock video output from an Atari 800XE, which was the, I think it was the last XE version produced in Europe. I think it was made in Europe. 4-chip design, 130 XE motherboard, and the video quality by this stage was actually pretty nice. So, but this I'm a little bit annoyed with Windows 10 because it gives you the impression that if you get something working, especially if it's legacy equipment, peripherals, webcams, USB programmers, that kind of thing, you get the feeling that the rug could be sort of pulled out from under your feet at any time. A case in point is the what have we got? The USB program I use, which I've talked about before in these videos. Here it is. Now this thing here, EasyPro 90B. It's a pretty nice programmer. It does everything it's supposed to do. I didn't buy it. It was actually a gift. I needed one at the time, so I was doing some work that required me to have one of these things. So the person bought me the programmer. It wasn't that cheap, and everything worked fine. But over time, Windows 10. A 64-bit version it appears to have blacklisted that programmer completely. I get the feeling it's been blacklisted because so that we've passed that RAM test. So that this has got this machine has a high-AS 512K SRAM memory upgrade in it. Now these dip switches on the back, I don't know what they are for. Well, I know they've got something to do with the RAM, but I don't know exactly how it works. So I would be inclined to fiddle with them and test the different things, but I really don't know what they do. I could ask the owner, but I just want to get this out of the way tonight, really. So where was I? Yeah, Windows 10. I know webcams are typically a bit of a nightmare with drivers, but yeah, you just get the feeling that if you get something working, because I got these two Logitech webcams, both second hand. They're both quite old, about 5 or 6 years old. And they weren't supposed to work together with Open Broadcaster. They just weren't supposed to work. So apparently, the Logitech webcam software, it's only supposed to handle one webcam at a time. So on the Open Broadcaster forum, when I bought the first camera, I asked if it was going to be, because I had a second one on order, and asked if it was likely that this was going to work, if it was going to be, if the software was going to be able to enumerate two cameras of the same brand and almost the same type, and the consensus was that probably not. That one guy had tried to use a pair of Logitech webcams, and he'd just given up eventually and bought a Microsoft one. So he used a Logitech one and a Microsoft one together because it was just too much of a nightmare. But I got it to work on this machine, and everything was tickety-boo for about a fortnight or a week and a half until this latest Windows 10 critical update came in, and it just destroyed the whole setup completely. Every time I launched Open Broadcaster, the machine would blue screen. So what I ended up doing, if we go into the desktop view, if we can get a desktop view, probably on the wrong monitor. That'll do. So what I ended up doing, if we go into, let's get rid of that. If we go into should probably make a tutorial on this. If we go into properties for the C910 camera, and then we go into configure video, we get the Logitech HD Pro Webcam C910 property sheet, sort of branded property sheet, and that was the driver that installed by default. Now if we go into the B910 camera, which is the one pointing at the desk, and I go into the properties there, and I go into configure video, and you can't see this now, I get the, can I go under there? Yeah, can I? No. Yes. The sort of generic property sheet. So I deduce from that that I'm actually using two different drivers, and that seems to make it work. If I go into device manager and update the driver for the B910, which gives me a Logitech branded property sheet, the whole thing crashes all the time, just repeatedly blue screens. So it's not perfect, but I'm just going to leave it. It's good enough, it works, and I'm going to leave it be. So what I want to try with this, we're going to run through a couple of different machines with this capture card. What I think I'll do is I'll try the NTSC machine that's sitting here, a 1200 XL. I'll give that one a shot. And I'm really happy with the video quality on this thing. So let's have a look at what this one looks like. Alright. As video source. Well, probably the aspect ratio will be knocked off, but we'll see what happens when we turn it on. There we go. Oh no, it seems fine. I'd fiddle on when I was turning on machines at first with this thing, because the aspect ratio would be off, but it really looks... I wonder if I should take a look at this cable, because I tapped this cable and the quality is really, really good. Let's go into the BIOS. I'm really, really liking this card. I'll put a link to the eBay auction in the description of the video in case you want to buy one, because they're only like £4, £5, free postage, and they work. I'll just fiddle on with the colours here so we can see what the colour looks like. This is NTSC colour, of course. And the other good thing about this thing is there's no need to mess around with selecting PAL or NTSC or PAL D, PAL B, and all that stuff, which is what I had to do with what's the other one called? The other card is a VCAP 602. That worked with NTSC machines, but I had to fiddle on with the video properties to get it to sync to whatever source I had plugged in. This one just auto syncs, which is good. So I can switch easily between one machine and the other. And the frame rate's decent, and that's really nice. It looks better than it did yesterday, actually. I've got another one to try. What else could I try in here? Oh, I think I'll try... I know what I'll try. I'll try the... I'm going to try the 800, because prior to this I had absolutely no means of capturing video from an incognito machine. Well, which is to say it's not emulated by anything, so... or any screenshots I wanted to do. Had to be done with the camera pointed at the TV. So let's turn this one and see what this one looks like. We get nothing. Oh, we get something. This one looks a bit looks a bit soft, but it works. Doesn't look as detailed as the video from the 1200 XL. So these PAL, well, bearing in mind the 1200 XL video has been tuned a bit. Let's have a look. Yeah, this looks okay. This 800 video looks nicer on a display which can handle less video than it does on here, but it looks okay. I mean, it's not really been tuned. Yeah, the 1200 XLs had the clear pick video mod, which really looks very, very nice through here. Go to BIOS. Again, it's looking really good. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. So yeah, if you want to buy a capture card for £4 for use with these retro machines, you probably couldn't do better than an EasyCAP card from eBay. But beware, there's probably a few different revisions of these things, so you may end up with a lemon. But for £4, I mean, you know, there's nothing to grumble about. I'm trying to find another machine to do another quick test. What about... I know. I'll try this one. I'm gonna try... PAL modified Atari 1200 XL. Let's see what happens here. That's just a mess of wires. Oh hell. There we go. Yeah. You'll notice that this machine has a standard 7-pin power jack. That's because it runs off a 5-volt supply. All the original power supply was ripped out of the machine. Right. Switch this on. See what we get. There's a lot of bars. A lot of sort of jail bars. Yeah, this cable has definitely got something wrong with it. Hop into the self-test. That's usually a fairly revealing test. Looks okay. I should take another look at the video on this, the video circuit on this machine, because I'm sure I screwed it up when I did the video mod on it. Nevertheless, looks pretty good. So the next thing I'd quite like to do is figure out some way of capturing video from a VBXE. Now a VBXE outputs 15 kilohertz RGB video. So what we'd have to do is either convert that into VGA and then use a VGA capture card, or excuse me, or convert it into composite video. I don't know what. I mean, I've got this thing here. I'm not quite sure what the best way of doing that would be. I mean, it'd be a bit pointless to use some sort of method that ends up degrading the video. Degrading the video to the point at which it's, you know, the quality's gone. It sort of defeat the object. I've got this thing here. Ooh, right. What do they call this thing? What do they call this thing? Oh yeah, GBS 8200. This, if I can remember how it works. Video, is it that side or that side? I can't remember. One of these is an input. Anyway, one of these VGA sockets is the input. I think it's that one. Yeah, I think it's that one. And you can feed the 15 kilohertz RGB video from a VBXE into there. And out this side, you get 31 kilohertz standard VGA signal. And this works pretty well. These are cheap from eBay again. I think there's another version called a GBS E220, which has two. It's the same as this, but instead of this header, it's got a dual VGA out on the other side. But yeah, that's all it outputs, VGA. So I can't imagine how we would go about feeding that into a USB port on a computer. I haven't been able. I did a search for VGA to USB. It didn't reveal anything that looked like it would do the job, but that's about the only other option. So yeah, VBXE capture is still elusive. Other news today. It's a bit dark. This camera is really low. Ah, yes, because I've got the auto exposure off. Is that a bit better? I finished all 9 of these Uno carts as per the pre-order on Atari Age. All 9 of them are programmed, so the next thing to do is test them. Why do we test one now? I can find a suitable card. Come on, focus again. There we go. If I can find the card with a micro SD card with the test data on it, we might as well try and test them now. See what happens. Okay, I'll try it on this machine. Alright. Turn the PBIOS. The PBI BIOS. We'll turn that off. Reboot and see what happens. Hey, and it works. Ah, that video from this machine is awful. That's really rotten. So this appears to work. I'm getting DC interference on this cable. That appears to be the problem. Yeah, I think I need a better shielded cable. Ah, that's okay. Let's try a different room. This cartridge works. Let's find a machine with better video. Let's find a machine with better video and test these cartridges. Oh, let's not use a 1200 XL as well. Let's use this one. And we'll test this. Genuinely, none of these cartridges have been tried yet, so I'm going to test the whole lot live. Greetings from Poland. Sewerin. Have I pronounced that correctly? Tell me if I've pronounced your name correctly. Right, which is the one I just tried? Have I left that cartridge in the side of the computer? I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, I have. Right. And we're all set. So we know that cartridge works, so let's try another one. Cartridge number 2. All I know is that these cartridges programmed correctly. I have no idea whether they work. So let's try the next one. Let's go to the S-video input, switch on, and see what happens. There we go. Let's try something different. I will test all of these cartridges with more than just one random selection, mind you. This is just I'm just rushing through these, but it's live, and if one of these cartridges got a problem, we're going to see it here. Right, next one, a green board. Let's try this one. Switch on. And again we get a menu. Let's try this. Yeah, that works. And why the little green light comes on, I'll have to ask Robin about this. What does the little green light mean? I don't know what that means. Press reset. Reset the computer. And we're back to the menu. Now these little Uno carts, I have to say they are really, really brilliant. Very few components on the board, and very, very simple and very elegant, and you get ROM emulation of all major cartridge types. You get XEX file loading, as he said, as he dropped the cartridge on the machine that he's just done the paint job on. Yeah, it's okay. XEX loading, and even ATR files using a soft loaded operating system. Now the soft loaded operating system is based on the Altera OS, written by Avery Lee, otherwise known as Fearon. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly as well. So I modified that operating system so that it would work with this hardware. Right. Do we have a boot? Yep, I think we found a glitchy cartridge. No, we haven't. There we go. Glitchy cable. Okay, let's try something on this one. What are we gonna run? Try that. Okay, so we've got 100% success rate. This is next. We'll go for cartridge number 5. It's a green cartridge. Let's plug this in. See what we get. And we get a menu. How do you get back? Back. Okay, it's looking good. Okay, 5 down, 4 to go. Come on, boot. Aha, can't read SD card. Have we finally had a problem? Looks like we have. Is this going to go in the rework pile? Let's try again. Yep, it's going in the rework pile. So I've got the soldering iron out again. Let's try the next one. That one's good. We've got some XEX files in here. Yeah, let's try this. That looks nice. Alright, so that's 6 working, 1 not working. It's a green one that doesn't work. Next one. But do we get a boot? We get a boot. Lumen should work on this machine. Will it? Or does it need? Nah. Can we try? Shocking Choco. Best wishes from Germany from an Atari fan. Best regards. Well, thank you very much. Best regards to you too. Thanks for watching. Okay, that one works. Okay, last one. Last one. It's a green one. Let's have a look. Alright, let's try this one. There we go. Looks good. Let's try an ATR. Doesn't like bomb jack. Okay, so that kind of works. So we've got this one here, which won't read the card. See anything obviously wrong? And there's no short on the card connector. Actually, I think I can see the problem. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do an immediate fix. Yeah. Okay. Let's turn on the soldering iron and see if we can fix this straight away. Yeah, because I think I can see potentially two shorts on this board, on this MCU. I know you can't see them, but hopefully that will be rectified when the little USB microscope I've just ordered from eBay for £15 arrives, hopefully soon. but I'm looking through the eyeglass here, and there's two potential shorts on this side of the chip. So let's try and get rid of them. That looks better. Look all the way around the chip. Not too happy about that side either. Just that little corner. There's about 3 pins in. There's another little fleck of solder. We're going to put a bit more flux on there. Down with the iron. Side looks okay, and that side looks okay. So unless there's a problem with the SD card connector itself, I've got every reason to expect this to work. Let's have a look and see. Where did I put the SD card? Anyone know where I put the SD card? So I don't know where I put the SD card. Is it still in one of the boards? No. Is it still in this board? No. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Where the hell is the card gone? Is it on the floor? Nope. Where is the card gone? This is ridiculous. This is completely ridiculous. Alright, let's start moving things around. Ah, yes. Great, isn't it brilliant when things just start to disappear? This is ridiculous. Has this actually fallen on the floor? Where the hell's the card gone? Oh. Have another look in these boards. It's not in any of the cartridges. It's not in this cartridge. Ah. Did it go under the PC? No, it didn't go under the PC. Oh, come on. Okay, so the card's walked. The SD card's walked. That's impossible. Ah, live broadcasts. Well, I'm just going to clean the flux off, and I'm going to clean the flux off and hope that the card miraculously reappears somewhere. Oh, I can just suddenly remember where it went. I took the card out of the cartridge. Because I could secretly be procrastinating so that I don't have to put the card back in and find out that it still doesn't work. But I would have quite liked to have found out whether it worked or not. Have another look. Not in there. It's not here. Is it actually... has it gone under the monitor? No. Hasn't gone under the monitor. Has it fallen on the floor? I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got other cards, but that's hardly the point. What? This is crazy. I'm going to have a look on the floor. This is absolutely ridiculous. Normally I put stuff up here. It's not here. I was sitting on the desk, noticed that this didn't work, took it out of the machine, moved the machine. Surely it hasn't fallen in the machine. No. Hasn't fallen in the machine. Where in the hell is that gone? Am I going to have to prepare another card with some stuff on it? Did I put it back in the adapter? Nope. Well, that's got me completely beat. That's got me completely beat. Where the hell did that go? Alright then. Need another card. Need another SD card. We've got another 2 GB SD card or something. What's in here? What's in this one? 16 GB. I don't think I need 16 GB, but in the absence of anything else, it'll do. Let's see what's on this card. Right, let's see what's on this card. Nothing. You need to format this. Yeah, we'll format. No problem. Format complete. Now we need some files to put on this thing. What we put on? Need some car files. We're going to get some cartridge files quickly. Cart dumps. What's that? Let's have a look, see if that's going to work. This looks it doesn't really matter what it is, the objective is to just figure out anything will do. Right. I've downloaded Blob Demo. Okay. Blob Demo on my 16 gigabyte card. Right. Plug this back in again. We will make all the carts work by the end of tonight. By God. Right, plug this in. Okay. Alright. Turn it on. Damn it. Damn it. Let's try it again. Okay, we're gonna have to have another look at that one. Oh well, never mind. 8 out of 9 wasn't bad, so this one needs a little bit more attention. So we will have to have a look at that one when we get off air, but nothing else in chat. So yeah, so the message here is to, if you want a cheap USB capture card which works with PAL S-Video from these old Atari computers, buy an EasyCAP. They're cheap and they work. And now it's down to me to fix this board, which is not obviously going to happen live on stream because I just keep losing things all the time. So until next time, bye bye.